sure. All right, forget about that. All right, let's get to what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about the series, each movie, to give some quick thoughts, and then we'll give our rankings each individually at the end. The very first Leprechaun movie, which originally I did not like when I first saw it, I've come to appreciate over the years because it actually has a lot of funny moments with Warwick Davis. The series already knew what it was. I used to think the Leprechaun, the original one, was like more serious, but he's still as goofy as hell. He's definitely doing a lot of funny stuff in the first one.
It is still the most serious of the whole series, though. That's saying something.
Actually, I disagree. I think there's one of them that's more serious.
Ah.
But it's serious, but not really. It's really a lot of goofy stuff here. But I think it's one of the better Warwick Davis performances, though, honestly. And it's just funny because it's his first time doing it, but he's already kind of perfected the role here in the first one, honestly.
Oh yeah, and we gotta give the best kill of that movie to the pogo stick kill.
So funny. The fact they slow it down into slow motion before he does the pogo. Oh my god, it's so funny. Jennifer Aniston, no matter what she says, tries to distance herself from the series, makes jokes about it.
I think she now says she's happy she did it now.
I think she made a joke about they didn't ask me to come back like in a sequel or something like that, but it's like
she wouldn't have.
You want to come back? Get out of here. She does a pretty good job though here, in the first one, and
this was before she did Friends, right?
Oh yeah. So this was probably her first thing, I'm guessing. Most performances are good. I don't really like the character Iggy, but some people love Iggy. I just think he's an incompetent, goofy, unlikable, too stupid to be likable.
How do you not like Iggy? Because
he's an idiot. He causes this whole movie. So.
Well, that's because he's big like me, and he's hungry. He thought it was a chocolate-covered coin.
Listen, man, you eat the wrong damn coin, this is what happens. No. The kid also is kind of annoying. The Lucky Charms kid.
Lucky Charms kid. Yeah, he was because he was trying to be, pretty much Iggy's big brother by acting like his own big brother.
Yeah. The father of the movie looks like the father from Boy Meets World.
Nah.
Alan Matthews, but he kind of disappears halfway through the movie.
Well, that's because he got a whole chunk of his damn hand bitten off.
I thought he'd still be. He seemed like the most competent actor. I thought he would still be in there.
They probably had to pay him more than even Warwick Davis.
All right, listen. With the first Leprechaun, if you don't want to watch the entire movie, just do me a favor. Watch one scene on YouTube, and it's a scene where Leprechaun, they're in the car. Leprechaun attacks him at first and then runs away. Runs into the barn. Comes back out with his little vehicle.
His little go-kart.
Slams into the car. They flip 5 times. The best part about this, though, it's the most funniest thing in the entire franchise, is they get out the car and they're running, and you get a point of view shot of the Leprechaun chasing after them, and then he's like, "Where are you going, my friends?" It's so funny to see him chasing them. It's such a funny scene. That's like the highlight of the movie. That, and then in the hospital, him in the wheelchair chasing Jennifer Aniston. They use the speed up motion to look like he's going 50 miles per hour. How big is this damn hospital, though? He's chasing her for like 15 minutes in the hospital.
The movie doesn't show that she makes a lot of turns.
Yeah,
they're literally just running in circles until she gets into the.
Those scenes are on YouTube. Like I said, I can't in good conscience with all these movies. I can't tell you to really. Time is valuable. I can't tell you to sit down for an hour and a half and watch these movies in full. For the most part, some of them I can say, but for the first Leprechaun, if you want to just not sit through the whole entire thing, those 2 scenes. In fact, just search Leprechaun Part 1 on YouTube, and the clips are there. These movies are movies that you can watch the clips and be happy.
I will say Leprechaun 1, I think you'd be doing yourself a disservice of not watching it if you haven't watched it yet.
At least one watch. Rewatches, I'd say go back and watch the clips. But on a first watch, it deserves at least one watch for sure. And like I said, I'm going to rank it pretty high in the series because I think that Warwick Davis is doing a good job here. Moving on to Part 2, which would come out, I think, like a year later. But Part 2, I want to say maybe the first time it actually went direct to video. I got to look it up. But
I think Part 2 did come out to theaters.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, I think we looked it up. It came out to theaters. I will say this, when I was younger, when I was a kid, this used to be my favorite Leprechaun movie.
Wow.
And after our rewatches as adults, I have to build myself a time machine.
Yep.
Go back to when I was 5 years old and first watched this movie.
Yep.
And slap myself across the face.
Absolutely. Well, listen, I still see rankings where people rank this movie high, and I just don't know what they're thinking. The movie doesn't have first of all, the main thing I'd say is that our main character and his girlfriend are both insufferable. They're unlikable. The main guy, he legitimately seems like a jerk. The way he's handling the whole tour thing at the beginning, they're scamming people with this limo thing. It's
Yep.
like the whole thing is like I'm just like he's not really likable enough to be the protagonist. The girl really has no personality. I don't understand why Leprechaun wants her to be his wife
because he cursed his old servant's family
Okay.
since the servant stopped him from marrying his daughter.
I mean, it's an interesting idea. The idea that Leprechaun is like so hard trying to find a wife here. I guess it's interesting plot wise. They're doing something different, so I applaud that. But there's not enough fun Leprechaun moments. I will say, the character Morty is one of the best characters in the franchise. So he's the saving grace of the movie. His whole bar scene with Leprechaun is hilarious, where he gets Leprechaun drunk. He's kind of the saving grace, but when he checks out the movie, after that, I just don't care about the teens after that. So.
For me, I mean, to be fair, also this movie isn't really all that funny. It's some of the kills are fairly tame.
And literally, Morty brings all the humor to it, as I was saying,
Right.
essentially.
And overall, I mean, this Leprechaun also doesn't even feel like he's as powerful as he really should be.
Yeah.
Because he is, at this point, to our knowledge, 2,000 years old.
Yep.
So he should have more power than the Leprechaun in the first movie, who was only 600. But yeah, I still feel like the Leprechaun from the first movie could beat this one's ass.
The Leprechaun in the first movie was pretty weak, though, also, I'll say. They're both pretty weak interpretations. You know what's mind-blowing to me is that, as a kid, again, watching the movies, uploading to maybe like 5 years ago, I never put together that it actually was a different Leprechaun in each movie. I think if you watch a series, initially, you just have an idea, like, but then you start thinking about it, like, well, does it make sense? Like, you're thinking that this is the same Leprechaun because you're like, okay,
Still played by Warwick Davis.
all the Leprechauns apparently have the same Warwick Davis voice and mannerisms.
And
But-
look, I don't think they actually changed his outfit till what, part 5?
But you do see there are some differences. Some of the Leprechauns in this franchise, they rhyme more. They actually like spit hot bars. And some of them don't really rhyme at all, or that's very rare. So there are some personality differences.
Some use more magic. Some is a little bit more physical in their attacks.
Yeah. But see, story-wise, it has to be a different Leprechaun because you kill off the Leprechaun at the end of each movie. There's no way to really keep bringing them back if it's the same Leprechaun, it feels like.
That, and also, remember, the Leprechaun in this movie is 2,000 years old.
Yeah.
Leprechaun in the first movie, which was, as you brought up, 1 or 2 years before this, was only 600.
The first one's pretty... He might be the most laughing... Well, outside the part 3 one. He's the most laughing one. Like, he seems like, I guess, an immature Leprechaun.
I mean, he's only 600. He's still a child.
He's getting a lot out of, like driving the cars and, like, just having fun, so... Part 2 is more like, he's more reserved a little bit. So I feel like maybe, he is older, but maybe not as powerful. You're right. But yeah, the second one, again, it's worth, all these movies are worth the one watch at least, I would say.
Not Origins.
Not Origins. And mostly because, again, Warwick Davis is always fantastic. So him and the character Moore, I think, carry the movie, but the teens are just insufferable, and it's hard to get on board with them. But
Part 3.
this one is great. Now, this is like, I have to admit, if I have to show somebody one definitive Leprechaun movie, it's always part 3. Because even though it's like, they made these first couple so quickly. It's like, bam, bam, bam. It's like in the matter of 3 or 4 years, they'd already gotten to part 3. So Warwick Davis kind of like was doing it so much in a short period of time. I feel like part 3 is where he's like perfects the character pretty much.
Not just the character, but I do feel like the whole movie around him is perfect for a Leprechaun as well.
Las Vegas is the perfect setting for a Leprechaun. He's a kid in a candy store. All the lights, the gambling, the casinos, it's all like basically like just giving him like wide eyes. Like he loves it, all of it. He's enjoying it. So many funny moments, funny things you can do with it. Again, goes with a kind of a different storyline where it's like he's able to, like somebody else is actually turning into a leprechaun as well. So they did try to do different things with the different movies. And this was actually, I want to say, this is actually the same writer director of part 2. So there was some consistency here with 2 and 3. And they're made like 1 year apart, basically at the same time. But yeah, this one, just like all the one-liners hit. The death scenes are actually pretty creative.
Oh,
Again,
yeah, especially blows up one woman.
blows the woman, the killing the magician by splitting him in half.
That was pretty good. My only complaint with this is they definitely used all their budget for 3/4 of the movie, you get to the very end, and it's just, Leprechaun's dead now.
Yeah, the ending was a little bit underwhelming for sure, I would say. But yeah, this is probably my favorite in the franchise, and the one that I think most people say like, hey, go out of your way if you only have time to watch one Leprechaun movie, make it part 3. All right.
Part 4. So me and you actually are probably the oddballs of this franchise when it comes to this, because I have a lot of fun with this movie.
So much fun.
Sure, it doesn't show any of the kills, but at this point, this movie, you can tell, has the smallest budget, it feels like.
Ironic because it needs the most effects, but it probably has the smallest budget. Yeah,
Smallest budget, but the Warwick Davis is just hilarious in this. All the surrounding characters in this, especially Miguel A. Nunez, is also hilarious. They all are playing the caricatures needed to make this movie hilarious. It's just a fun movie, funny movie.
Yeah. It's conceptually, obviously, you hear Leprechaun space, you're like, oh, this dumb shit. But
that's the point.
That's it. I mean, listen, horror movies, sometimes they do this, but this one actually makes sense. Like other ones, you're like, okay, Jason in space, that's kind of weird. Hellraiser in space, that's kind of weird. A Leprechaun in space, you're kind of like, okay, well, at least there's already like a mystical thing there.
Especially since he's on a planet full of gold. Which should personally make this Leprechaun the most powerful out of everything we've seen.
Now, in this movie, they never actually use the word leprechaun.
Always call him an alien.
So, and he acts different in this one, and his whole motivation, like he wants power in this one. He wants to actually become a king and have people. So he does have like a... I don't want to float the idea that this is actually not a leprechaun, but...
He is pissed off when he realized what happened to his gold, though.
Yeah, the way he's just like... he's committed basically just to marrying this girl, just like get the power and all this stuff like that, and having people run. He just has the goal is still important, of course, but he has an entirely different motivation than any leprechaun we've seen. So it is kind of weird. And like I said, they never just come out and say he's a leprechaun. So.
Also, Nazi spiders.
Also, he has a lightsaber at one point. The funniest thing in this movie is just the very beginning. He has like a shootout with the army comes in. He's blasting back with a machine gun. And then see the leprechaun with a machine gun. It's so good, so funny. Yeah, we're gonna be probably most lists are gonna have this like rank last or near last. So we're gonna be outliers probably on our list. But turn your brain off, have some fun.
Yep.
Leprechaun space.
Part 5. Again, I feel like we are the outliers with this one because I've heard a lot of people talk good about this movie. I don't know about you, but I personally find this movie fairly boring.
Leprechaun in the Hood.
Yes.
So you had said earlier the first movie was the most serious, but I think this one's the most serious because they're actually trying to do an actual plot here. They're trying to have dramatic moments, but it feels like two different movies competing for each other. There's actually like a pretty solid coming of age hood movie kind of on the side here with the characters trying to make it in the rap game. And
then having to face off against Ice-T's character.
Yeah. But that feels like the wrong plot line for a Leprechaun movie because whenever Leprechaun comes in the movie, it almost feels out of place because you have like a very serious storyline and then you have the Leprechaun and it never really comes together into one. That's why tonally I'm like, well, Leprechaun's still goofy, but the movie's too serious to actually have his goofiness work. It makes Leprechaun feel out of place in his own movie. In a movie called Leprechaun, it feels like let's make a separate movie where we're just focused on the characters and their plight to become stars. Like you almost just want to see that movie separately. The Leprechaun part just feels kind of, I don't know, out of place.
Yeah, the movie definitely did not. I wouldn't say it didn't have good writers. I just said they were told to do too much for the script they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like I get the feeling they came together. They were writing for a good, as you brought up, writing a hood movie because that's where it feels like we're getting the most story to this.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, halfway through writing it, the creators come in. It's like, by the way, we're about to run out of our copyright for Leprechaun, so throw Leprechaun in it. And before you even say that does not sound plausible, they did it with Hellraiser 4 times.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You could make an argument this movie has pretty good acting and a good drama moment. So it's one of those things where it's like there's some things about the movie that works. It's just a weird fit for a Leprechaun movie, and because it's less fun and more serious, they're just not the rewatchability for me on this one.
No.
So you're right. The boring part stands out. Like I probably, given a choice, I'd probably skip this one on a rewatch. So
All right, well, Leprechaun 6, where he goes back to the hood, because apparently Leprechaun really likes the hood.
now, to support the boring thing in the last one, this one tries to be the same sort of element, but this one does seem to be more fun. This one does seem to be more comedic moments, I would say. The standouts for this movie are definitely Leprechaun having that fist fight.
With which one? He has like 3 of them in this movie.
Well, there's 2 of them that are great. The one with the big dude where it pretty much ends up
He just beats the crap out of him.
just a rope-a-dope pretty much. But then the best scene of it probably is with the cops.
When he rips off the one cop's leg.
Because he gives the great line, like, what do you say, mama?
No, what I say is, whereas the issue I had with the first In the Hood movie, I don't have that issue with this one. It's pretty fast paced. They keep with the story pretty well, and Leprechaun is just hilarious, and he is the central figure of this damn movie.
Yeah, but
You actually follow him a lot more in this movie than most others.
between the two, yeah. I'd have to say, if you had to watch one of the 2 Leprechaun in the Hood movies, I would say watch this one, because you'll get everything you want out of a Leprechaun in the Hood movie, but it's a little bit more fun, and probably outside Leprechaun 3, I don't know, Leprechaun 3 in the first one, and this one, Warwick Davis is having as much fun as anything. So
Warwick Davis was also was told, hey, you're not a magic using Leprechaun, even though you can. You're a fighter. You're a warrior Leprechaun. So he's like, oh, cool. I get to beat the crap out of people.
he wanted to show his Jason Bourne fighting skills.
Right. He wanted to show that he had some muscles to him.
He ripped off a dude's leg with his strength, tossed him and brought his leg off. So,
which is funny because I know that same actor from when I was young and watched Zoe 101. He was the dean of that show. And then the only other Leprechaun left is Leprechaun Returns, the only one without Warwick Davis, since we say Origins does not exist.
well, yeah,
for good reasons.
It does not exist, 100%.
And this one is supposed to be like Halloween 2018. It goes back to the roots of this is our very first Leprechaun we're dealing with, even though it's not.
Sadly, bringing back Iggy, who nobody asked for.
Oh, come on. You know you like watching him die.
Oh, yeah. Well, that part, yeah. Good.
Yeah, Iggy comes back. He's the only one who comes back.
Oh, wait.
Dies.
No, I don't, because then we get Iggy Ghost.
Oh, yeah.
Which probably inspired Billy Ghost from Scream. Who thought Iggy Ghost is a good idea? I don't understand what we're doing here.
I will say that this movie, it has fun moments. It has bad moments. And it's just overall one of those movies where you can watch once or twice and be happy. Or you can go online and just look up some of the kills, because the kills are actually really good in this one for such a low budget.
Honestly, I'll be honest. I'm a big fan of this movie. I think that it's easy just to, like, if you're a true hardcore Leprechaun fan, you might be turned off with the idea that it doesn't have Warwick Davis in it. And I admit, every Leprechaun movie would be better if Warwick Davis is playing Leprechaun. But if you can't get Warwick Davis, because I'm pretty sure at this point he made the choice not to really do Leprechaun, who they got instead, it's a decent replacement. It's not going to be the same. It's completely different. Mm-hmm. But I think this movie does have better kills and better characters than most of the other entries. It's a better made film.
My only complaint,
it felt like they came with actually a decent budget, and it feels like a real movie.
My only complaint was they didn't give this guy his own Leprechaun. Since it's established that every Leprechaun is a different Leprechaun.
That's fair.
This one should have been his own. You can have him somewhat revive the exact same, like he was defeated once before, and we'd maybe get some of his backstory throughout the movie.
This is not a franchise where you need Halloween 2018 treatment. Like, there's no reason to tie this to part 1.
No.
Part 1, this is not like where part 1's so iconic that if, by some miracle, Jennifer Aniston was like, hey, I want to come back. Yeah, then you tie it to part 1, because
right.
Jennifer Aniston comes back. But being like, hey, we can get Iggy. No, that's not a reason to be like, oh, we can write an Iggy Ghost. But you're right. That's a good point. This movie should be its own Leprechaun movie. Same plot line, but just don't have the same... Because you're right. Theoretically, based on what they're doing here, you should be able to watch the first Leprechaun movie and then watch this movie, and it'd be the same Leprechaun, and they do not act the same.
Nope.
Whoever wrote it, they apparently did not watch the first one because it's a totally different tone. But once you get past that, it's still a fun movie. So
My only other complaint, and that is, and it still goes with, because this is still supposed to be part one's Leprechaun, the gold. It looks like Cracker Jack toys you get out of one of those little clink 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 jars instead of actual gold.
There we go. Okay.
But
but you know what? It's I gotta hand it to me. Like I said, I think the movie came straight to sci-fi.
it didn't even come straight to sci-fi. It just went straight to streaming. At least where I saw it,
Yeah.
it went straight to streaming on some weird website that's no longer around.
Yeah. So for what it was, having low expectations, it's a good slasher film. It has good death scenes. Some of the characters are annoying, but some of the characters are likable.
Some good one-liners.
Yeah, it's a solid Leprechaun movie. Like I said, it could be a lot worse, as we've seen with Leprechaun Origins.
Oh yeah. All right, so you ready for our rankings?
Let me pull it up, see what we got here.
How do you want to do? You want to still take turns on the rankings, or you want to go through yours first and I go through mine after?
Let's just do each of us go through our entire list
Okay.
to make it more cohesive. So.
All right, go for it. You first.
All right. Number 7, I got Leprechaun in the Hood. Which, for the reasons, obviously, we discussed earlier, I just think that nothing stands out so much that it's not a required Leprechaun viewing. There's not enough in there with Leprechaun-wise. And in terms of the Hood aspect, it's good, but then there's other movies that have done that kind of thing better. So there's really nothing that stands out to me as something that I would recommend to watch. And then just the fun factor's not there. Number 6, I got Leprechaun 2. Solid Warwick Davis performance, but unlikable leads. Just doesn't do it for me. Number 5, I got Leprechaun Back to the Hood. Fun movie. Warwick Davis giving it his all. Great performance by him. Can't say I cared about any of the characters in any real way. So the better human characters might have enhanced a little bit. But enough fun here where you definitely want to check this out. Okay. Number 4, I got Leprechaun Returns. As we just talked about, worthy movie, no Warwick Davis, but still fun. Number 3, of course, then all the way up here. This is where we're gonna get probably backlash. Leprechaun in Space, all the way up at number 3, which turn your brain off, fun. Leprechaun with the lightsaber. How can you say no? Number 2 is the original Leprechaun, which I did not like as a kid, but on rewatches, I do find to be a fun B movie. And number 1, of course, is Leprechaun 3 in Las Vegas. For everything said, it's the definitive Leprechaun performance from Warwick Davis, and a lot of fun death scenes and pretty decent characters, honestly.
All right. Well, my list and Vic's list are actually very similar to an extent. I think only 3 are in the different places.
Oh, wow. All right.
So we already mentioned Origins. Does not exist, but it's still my number 8.
Origins number 8, yeah.
Number 7 is Leprechaun in the Hood. For me, boring. If I wanted to watch a Hood movie, I can put in Sugar Hill. I can put in New Jack City.
Menace Society, Boys in the Hood.
Exactly. Heck, David Arquette and DMX had a whole Hood movie called Never Die Alone.
I wouldn't recommend that.
I've watched it. When I hear Leprechaun, I want to see a Leprechaun movie, not a Hood movie with Leprechaun as a guest host.
Only if you can make it fun, and this one didn't do a good job making it fun.
Right.
So.
Number 6 is Leprechaun 2. Again, as a kid, I really liked it, and I want to go back and slap myself for it.
Yeah.
Because it is overall just kind of a boring movie.
Yeah.
Number 5, and this is where we start to differ. I put number 4 on here. And that's only because we don't actually see any of the kills.
Ah, okay.
If we'd gotten to actually see the kills on screen, maybe even got a little bit of gore, I'd be happy with it. But overall, still extremely fun movie. Number 4, Leprechaun 6. Now this one, no, we get the kills on screen. Some of them not good, some of them good, but it's mainly because Warwick Davis is having fun, and he just beats the crap out of everybody. He's always hilarious to see.
What'd you say about my mama?
What'd you say about my mom?
So, I watch that on YouTube at least like once a year. Just that scene. So good.
Number 3 for me is Returns, and it's same. I only really have 2 complaints with this movie, and that's you're tying it to the first movie as a main complaint, and the way the gold looks. Number 2 is number 1 for all the reasons said. It's a good movie, but it is Warwick Davis's first time as a Leprechaun, so there's still some kinks to be worked out. Which in my number 1 spot, which is number 3, he works out real well.
Yep.
And as always, folks, what is your list for Leprechaun movies? How do you like to watch them all? And if you don't watch them, why?
Does anybody have a list where Origins is in your top 3? That's my question. Because I want to. If you do, just be bold and stand by it, and I'll respect it because it's so off the wall, from my opinion on it. So.
And if you have Origins as number 1, you do not get my respect. You suck at watching movies.
Oh my goodness. You can't say that. Well, listen, someone's trash is someone else's treasure, is what they say.
Then again, there is somebody, I think, I think, wasn't it our comment? Somebody said they actually put 2010 Nightmare on Elm Street as their number 1 spot.
I cannot believe that. There's no, well, I mean, maybe.
I think he's trolling us. I think that guy's trolling us.
I'd have to, that's hard. That's hard to believe. I don't know.
As always, folks, y'all don't have to go home. But make sure you enjoy yourself some Guinness if you drink.
Well, main thing is wear some green.
Wear some green so you don't get pinched.
And these days, the thing is, too, you can get mocktails where,
but
they don't have alcohol in them. So
yeah, but a non-alcoholic Guinness,
that's probably not it. Yeah.
No, I don't like. If I'm getting an alcoholic drink, and I've tried a lot of non-alcoholic drinks, they're not good. They have this weird fruity taste to them now.
I'd say just pour some Mountain Dew and make it that it'll look like some kind of cream.
And if you want to feel like you're drinking, pour it in a shot glass.
Shots of Mountain Dew, that'll get in the level of caffeine will get you feeling good. So
I do it every now and then.
Every 2 hours.
Every 2 hours.
Yeah.
A shot of Mountain Dew, yeah.
In fact, we have to go so we can take a.
Yeah, I'm almost out.
It's medically induced shot, Mountain Dew shots.
Anyway, y'all don't have to go home. I've said that 3 times now.
All right. Well, until the next time, you guys take care. All right.